Hey, Tripsters, Pashi here. Solo intro today because Sufi is traveling. His brother-in-law actually just made this documentary, I think, series about Rafa Nadal. So he has gone to the premiere of that, which is very cool. Zach Heiserling is that dude's name, who's a great documentary filmmaker. I'm going to try to be less grumpy because the last time I did one of these solo intros, I got pegged as being a Karen about a couple things. So I'm just trying to keep it a bit lighter. Although I will say, last night, 2:45 in the morning, we have a smoke detector in our bedroom. And it started chirping. And it would beep 3 times, and then it would say, "Clean the alarm." And then it would be quiet for about 30 seconds, and then it would beep again and go, "Clean the alarm." And it was very frustrating. I had to go get this little stool out of the closet, stand up. I do have compressed air. I'm proud of myself for that because Mackenzie, my wife, was looking online at how does one clean this alarm. So I sprayed it with that. No luck. Kept chirping. The dogs, we have a very old dog who was starting to shake. There's a button that said test, and I felt like if I hit that, it was going to just set off the full-on alarm, so I was afraid of that. Eventually, the solution was I had to go all the way down to the garage, get a full-on ladder, come back up, kill the power, and physically remove the smoke detector from the wall, and then I put it under a bunch of pillows on the couch. And I'm just seeing this morning, I was trying to see what was going on when I was up on that ladder and trying to see if there was anything else I could try. And because it was the middle of the night, 2:45, and I was a bit rocked, totally out of a dead sleep, I put my phone in my mouth to hold it, and I cracked my phone screen with my teeth, and I'm just seeing that right now. So I'm frustrated by that. And I've already called the smoke detector people, and they're sending me a new one, but no one's going to give me my 245 back. I just had a great trip back east. It was a belated 50th birthday trip that some of my friends threw for me. It was really wonderful. A little time in New Jersey, a little time in upstate New York. Finished off with a couple days going to visit my parents. Got to see Seth for a night. In upstate New York. He showed up. His wife offered to sort of handle all of the kids and getting them situated on a Friday afternoon so that he could come up and spend a night with me and some of these fellas. And Seth met us on the golf course. He played the last 2 holes with us, but he and another friend of ours just like jogged out. And when you see Seth, when he's just completely unencumbered, like there is no more work for the week, he is going to see his kids the next day. Any stress that he might typically have in his life, and he handles that stress all very well, I should say. But he was bounding across this golf course with a smile that just made me so happy. And then we just had such a fun night, just being stupid, just sitting around, making each other laugh, telling stories. It was really great. So my thanks to Mike Lazaro, to Fresh, to Stradley, to Stanch. It was great. Then seeing my parents was great, but you're going to hear more about that on Thursday of this week because as Seth is traveling, my father, Larry Meyers, is going to be the guest host on the listener episode. But for this episode, this was very exciting. Sometimes when guests are pitched to us, it is another level of excitement. And when Ziggy Marley crossed the email wires, both Seth and I were very excited about the possibility, and he certainly delivers. Obviously, you know him as a musician. He is also a philanthropist. He is on tour right now with his new album, Brightside. So if you're so inclined, go check him out. I can't imagine it is anything less than a fun, feel-good night out a lot of outdoor venues for him as well, which feels right for the summer. I saw Florence and the Machine a couple nights ago, and she's so good. It was so fun. That was at the Forum in LA, and there's something about live music. You can listen to it at home. You can stream it, but going to see it really gives you that sense of community. And it was a blast. So go out, see Ziggy, but before that, have a listen to this episode.
Family trips with the Meyers brothers. Family trips with the Meyers brothers. Here we go.
Hello. Hey.
Hello.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you guys? You guys good?
We're
fantastic. We're so happy to be talking to you.
No, I'm glad to talk to you. That's yeah. A closer look is one of my, I watch the closer look all the time, bro. That's my favorite.
You made my day, Ziggy.
That's my favorite.
He distills it down. He boils it down to the essence.
I was wondering what happened to you. I was whatever you was off, so you just came back.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, it didn't seem like much was happening in the world, Ziggy, so I thought I would just take a break. It's lovely to see you. Where are you joining us from, Ziggy?
In LA. I'm in LA. I'm
okay,
home.
great.
Yeah.
That's great. How long have you lived in LA now?
Well, 20 years now, since my
gotcha.
daughter is 21 today. So, yeah, 21 years.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you, man.
So how often do you go back to Jamaica, Ziggy?
Not too often, just whenever I feel like it. I usually go back to do charity work or, do some kind of community service. That's what I usually. Last time I was there, I think it was for the premiere of the Bob Marley movie, and we did a lot of community service while I was there. So I usually go back to do stuff like that.
That's fantastic. Now, obviously, you grew up, with unlike I think a lot of us grow up. You had a very a famous musician as a father. Did you guys travel a lot with your dad?
Yeah, but let me put that statement in a context, kind of, cause so we grew up in Jamaica, right? So the way we know Bob Marley today is not the way he was when I was growing up. Mm-hmm. It's not the same level of fame and love and all of that. In fact, some people never loved Bob Marley, some people, yeah. Because he was a revolutionary, so it's not everyone liked him. So yeah, when we were growing up, it wasn't anything. I mean, we never really feel any special way or act in a special way, especially in Jamaica. I know we never feel special or nothing like that. After he passed away and the fame kind of grew and, now he's adored by so many people, that's when you kind of see that type of thing start taking place,
But he was obviously, he was making music all your upbringing. It seems like, is it safe to say you spent a lot of time in the recording studio with your father as a very young person?
Recording studio, driving to pick up manufactured records. He was hustling. He was trying to make ends meet. He was trying to take care of his kids, So he was always trying open business and record shop. But it was all based on music. But he was trying to get ahead, what I say, yeah.
Would you ever sort of travel as a family? Would you take vacations that weren't around his performing or music? Would you ever just have a quiet weekend somewhere, or was it always music focused?
No, I mean, vacation is a stretch. Because we never usually really take vacation. But we live in Kingston, and a lot of the stuff happening in Kingston. And we would travel to where in the countryside where he was born sometimes, on the weekends or whatever. That's a little vacation. I would my biggest trip that I went with him on was actually for the independence celebration of Zimbabwe in 1981. 1980. Yeah, 1980. That was a great trip for me as a kid. I think I was 11-year-old, and going to Africa for the first time, and it was a whole revolution. It was so much change happening, energies. It was weird for me because it was a revolutionary trip, and I saw how the guerrilla fighters came to the hotel to meet Bob, and they were talking, and it was just amazing for me as a kid, you know.
It's such an amazing thing to think of through a kid's eyes. Like, obviously, he was, that was such a thrust of who he was. So, like, was that idea of revolution and what it was, like, was that a big part of your upbringing?
Yeah.
So as an 11-year-old, if we'd gone on vacation with our dad and guerrilla fighters had shown up, we would have assumed he defended someone at the airport.
No,
but was it just normal to you?
Yeah, no, it's normal, because even in Jamaica, them all they talk about, it's like, I don't know, my father and his group of friends, people around him, they're like, they're rebels. They're rebels, they're rebels. Not with guns or not like that, but with ideas, and like philosophy and how they want, see, especially during those days when Jamaica was in a lot of turmoil because of political violence. How they want to unify the people, and because of the politics don't want the people to unify. So it was a whole, we hear about this, it was life. It was great though, it was great.
Do you remember being excited about, and did any of your other siblings go on the Zimbabwe trip, or was it just you?
My brother, just me and my brother.
Okay.
My younger brother, Stephen, yeah.
And do you remember the time being excited about it and saying, oh my God, I can't believe we get to go on this?
Yeah, I remember I was on the plane and I said, my father, this is the biggest joke from the trip. Like my father, they always make, when, back in the day, they would make fun of me because I said to him, boy, this is coming like a trip to the moon. What's a trip to the moon? I don't know. Have I been there before? I've never been there, so I'm not sure. But that was my comparison to like this long flight. Like,
yeah.
Oh my God, It's like a trip to the moon. And then when we got there, so the concert, he did a concert for, it was like dignitaries were there. So Prince Charles was there and the British, it was getting independent from the British monarch.
Yeah.
So Prince Charles, it was a whole thing. So he was performing there, and then there were people outside of the stadium, outside of the ceremony, the official ceremony. And they started to break down the fence. They wanted to get in to hear the music. And so the security forces, they tear gas. Now I'm on stage, I'm my brother, and my father is performing, and tear gas go off. And it's burning my eyes, and my father could come and pick me up. He wet a towel and put it over my face and my nose, and we were kind of had to run out of there. And all of that stuff, in retrospect, was so exciting. But, as a kid, I forgot through that. It's an adventure.
You say he wasn't what he is then, what he is now. But, like, you obviously were aware that when he played music, people were incredibly affected by it. I would imagine, as seeing him through a kid's eyes, you must have been like, wow, my dad is beloved.
Yeah. I tell you, the first time I kind of realized that, right? He put out an album called Babylon by Bus, and it's a live album. So I've never experienced him being on stage with like thousands of people screaming. I've never. So when I was at home and with that album, and I listened to that album, and I hear like the big roar, I felt so proud. I was like, yeah, that is killing them. So I think that was the moment I realized that it was more than just like in Jamaica, and it was like a big world thing, because of that album, because of hearing the crowd responded to him on that record,
I'm so glad, because I feel like if my kids heard people cheer for me, they'd be like, oh my God. I like that you're proud.
Yeah, man, it felt good. Yeah.
Do you have your children been? Obviously, they've been on the road with you. Do you feel like your children feel that way when they watch you perform music?
No.
Good.
These kids today, they're different.
Yeah,
they've seen it all. They've done it all.
Yeah.
It's like no experience is like, it's like.
What age do you think that the sort of the jadedness kicks in? Because I imagine a kid who's like 8, you can still sort of see the awe and wonder. And then is it when they're teenagers, they've seen it all?
Yeah, no, you're right. Because my youngest son, he's 10 right now. And he's kind of cool, you know. He's like singing my songs and
And how many is that? How many do you have? How old is your youngest?
I have 7.
God,
All
see,
right.
so that's the thing. I'm only at 3 and nobody thinks I'm cool. I got to keep having them. The 7th. They say the 7th is the one.
Yeah. Lucky 7.
Hey, we're going to take a quick break and hear from some of our sponsors.
Support comes from Shopify. You know, starting something new isn't just hard, it's terrifying. So much work goes into this thing that you're not entirely sure will work out, and it can be hard to make that leap of faith. And Shopify is the commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world and 10% of all e-commerce in the US. From household names like Allbirds, Magic Spoon, or Momofuku to brands just getting started. Get started with your own design studio with hundreds of ready-to-use templates. Shopify helps you build a beautiful online store that matches your brand style. Accelerate your efficiency, whether you're uploading new products or trying to improve existing ones. Shopify is packed with helpful AI tools that write product descriptions, page headlines, and even enhance your product photography. So get the word out like you have a marketing team behind you. Easily create email and social media campaigns wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling. Best yet, Shopify is your commerce expert with world-class expertise in everything from managing inventory to international shipping to processing returns and beyond. What if people haven't heard about my brand? Well, Shopify helps you find your customers with easy-to-run email and social media campaigns. And what if I get stuck? Shopify is always around to share advice with their award-winning 24/7 customer support. It's time to turn those what-ifs into with Shopify today. Sign up for your $1 per month trial today at shopify.com/trips. Go to shopify.com/trips. That's shopify.com/trips. Support comes from Rula. I've had a bout of depression in my life. It's a scary, weird time. It's very unsettling, and you don't always know how to get through it. And sometimes the best thing is some good old-fashioned therapy. But finding a therapist can be difficult, and finding the right therapist for you can sometimes be something that's hard when you're already in the midst of dealing with something that's difficult. And Rula makes it all so much easier. And finding a therapist is hard enough, but finding one who actually takes your insurance, that's rare. And that's where most online therapy platforms fall short. Many don't work with insurance at all, which means you're stuck paying full cost, out of pocket, or paying for an expensive monthly subscription. Rula does things differently. They partner with over 100 insurance plans, making the average copay just $15 per session. That's real therapy from licensed professionals at a price that actually makes sense. Think about it. You use your insurance benefits to maintain your physical health, so why wouldn't you do the same for your mental health? And Rula isn't just affordable. The experience is tailored around you. Other online therapy platforms might match you with the first available provider, whether or not they're the right fit. Rula considers your goals, preferences, and background to provide you a curated list of licensed, in-network therapists who are actually aligned with what you need, because they know that finding the right therapist can make all the difference. No wait lists, no frustrating back and forths. Rula makes it easy to find a mental health provider who is accepting new patients, and appointments are available as soon as tomorrow. Plus, Rula sticks with you throughout your journey, checking in to make sure your care is helping you move forward. Go to rula.com/trips to get started today. That's RULA.com/trips for quality therapy that's covered by insurance. Thousands of people are already using Rula to get affordable, high-quality therapy that's actually covered by insurance. Visit rula.com/trips to get started. That's RULA.com/trips. You deserve mental health care that works with you, not against your budget.
Here we go.
What were weekends when you would go to the countryside? Like, what were those weekends like?
It was nothing. It's just like just being one of the kids on the countryside.
Yeah.
It was. I mean, we just there. Whatever was going on, we would just hang out there and do nothing really. Just watch, and you know, it's a different life than in Kingston, because usually when we go to the country, we stop at these places that they roast like I'm going to call it vegetables, because I don't know how you guys, you yellow yam,
Okay, gotcha.
white yam,
Okay.
saltfish. So that was always fun for us when we were going to the country. 'Cause it's like a truck stop, but without the trucks and the building.
Okay.
Okay.
It's like some guy on the side with a fire and he's cooking.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
So on the way to the country, we'd make that truck stop, and that was always fun for us. And then we get to the country and we just like picking stuff off the trees and just hanging out, playing with the kids, playing sports or whatever, just normal.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're from Trenchtown's the name of the neighborhood you grew up in, yeah?
I was born in Trenchtown, the city
Okay.
of Kingston, in Kingston.
Got it. And then at what point of your life, is it true that you went to school in the States for a while?
Yeah, in Delaware, I went for like a year. Because my parents were trying to find a living, trying to make a better living.
Right.
So
And they picked Delaware.
Yeah, because my grandmother, I'll tell you why. So his mom, my grandmom, their family started migrating.
Okay.
And I guess the first one of them migrated to Delaware. So now everybody is migrating to Delaware because that's where the family is.
Yes.
So that's how we end up in Delaware. My grandmother was living there. And that's how we ended up in Delaware for a year while my mother was doing nursing and my father was just trying to see if there was any possibilities in America. But he didn't like America, so we came back to Jamaica.
What was your year of Delaware? Do you have many memories of it?
Terrible bullying. I got bullied.
Really?
Yeah, cause guess what? No, I got bullied in school, but I had fun in the snow. I saw snow for the first time. But I'm a Jamaican kid going into an American school. I'm totally a fish out of the water. Fully.
Yeah.
No sort of understanding of me to them or them to me. I'm total stranger. So couple kids picked on me a couple of times, but we had fun. We had fun. I had fun chasing them around and running around.
It's very funny to realize that, like, maybe more than anyone, like, your family has, like, changed perceptions about, like, what Jamaica is, and yet they just hadn't done it yet, so you were too early.
Yeah, I was ahead of the times.
So how many brothers and sisters did you have growing up?
Oh, my brothers and sisters had, my mother is, 1, 2, 3, 4 of us, and then my father had some kids outside, some younger kids. We are the oldest ones with my mom, and so we grew up together. That was our household, basically. It was him, my mother, my brother, and my 2 sisters. And then later on, some other kids came around, and it was cool, Later on, some younger one. My father would take us to meet my brother, like driving. That was one of the vacations, going to meet the other siblings in some in the countryside.
Now, paint a picture for us. What is the car all the Marley kids are piling into to go meet the other siblings?
Volkswagen, VW.
That's kind of what I wanted it to be.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I wanted it to be.
It's that yellow Volkswagen. It's that VW that he drives to the countryside all the time. We don't know. We're just driving. We'd stop. Yo, come meet your brother.
Were you excited about the trip to go meet your brothers?
No, we didn't know we were going on a trip to meet brothers. We were just going on a trip. And then we'll meet our brother on the trip, Oh, yeah, this is your brother. What's up, brother?
Did you stay close with those brothers over the years?
Yeah, man, we're close. Very close. Very close.
Oh,
That's great.
How old were they? How old were they when you first met them?
They were like little boys. I was probably like, I'm like 10 or, 9, 10, and I'm the bigger brother, so some of them were little babies too. They were babies.
That's good. And you were you were a kind older brother?
No. I used to beat them up.
Oh,
But that's your job.
Now I feel a little bit better about the fact that you got bullied in Delaware.
Yeah, right?
It was karma.
I used to bully my little brothers. We had fun. I used to toughen them up. I toughened them up.
That's good. You got to toughen them up.
I got to make them toughen up. So I used to toughen them. We used to wrestle and mess around all that.
Were you with the brothers and sisters that you grew up in the house with? Were you the 4 of you close?
Yeah, man. We used to. That's where we started making music in the house.
Yeah.
doing little concerts for my grand aunt and her friends.
Did you know at a young age? Or are you like, oh, it always made sense that we were going to be in a band together? Was that something that?
No, not really. No, we never think about it in the band sense. But we always used to love playing music anyway. Naturally,
Yeah.
it wasn't forced on us. Like we used to just love doing it. And in Jamaica, we have this cultural event is like Independence Celebration Day, and we used to take part in those kind of performances for to celebrate the independence, like with traditional Jamaican type of songs, like Hold Him Joe. I think Harry Belafonte did this one over. Hold him Joe and I let him go. Donkey more water. Hold him Joe. So that was the first song I sang. Was like that song.
Were you guys, looking back, do you think you were good? Like, did your parents like watching you guys do music, or were they sort of suffering through it?
No, I don't think they really care for it good. I don't think that was the like if you're good or not. It's just
Yeah, they were just happy to watch.
I didn't feel that. And I don't think we were good because we never know what we were doing. We're just doing it.
Were you John drumming? Did you start drumming was your first instrument?
Yeah, drumming. All right. So the first Delaware. Let's go back to Delaware quick because coming to America, we never celebrated Christmas where I came from. Like there was no Christmas. So my first Christmas was in Delaware. Christmas trees, Santa Claus, whatever, supposed to come through the chimney, and I used to see my father and the band play drums, but my grandmother was married to an American guy, and he, the Christmas thing was big. So my first Christmas gift was a Mickey Mouse drum set.
Wow.
And that's how I started doing drums on a Mickey Mouse drum set. And then I got a Batman and Robin thing with the car and...
Well, it seems like it was a pretty positive Christmas.
Steve Austin.
Oh, yeah, $6 Million Man.
With a bionic eye, and you could look through the thing and you could do this. And
These presents made a big impression on you.
Christmas, bro, Christmas.
It seems like that was the highlight of the Delaware year, maybe, was Christmas.
Yeah, that was the highlight.
Did you, after you moved back to Jamaica from Delaware, was that somewhere you would go and visit? Would you still go back to Delaware to visit your grandmother?
Yeah. We went to Delaware, and then she moved to Miami, and then we started going to Miami.
Gotcha.
So it was Delaware and then Miami. Yeah, we used to visit Delaware and Miami.
Were you happy when you got the news that she'd moved from Delaware to Miami?
No, yeah, Miami was more fun, definitely.
Yeah.
Miami was more fun. Yeah, we could we got into go-karts and motorbikes, and the summers were good. The summers were fun in Miami. The summers were fun in Miami. Yeah.
Would you go for a whole summer? Was that sort of your summer?
Yeah, man, we'll go for a little while. Go spend time with grandma. And by that time, my father had bought her a nice house. Because Delaware was just a little thing.
Right.
But by that time, my father could afford to get a nice house with a nice yard, and so we kids, we had fun in that,
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Did you have a lot of aunts and uncles back in Kingston?
Yeah, man, we have uncle. Yeah, I have two uncles and an aunt, and they're my age. It's not like my uncles are like my uncle was my age and younger.
Okay.
I had a younger uncle too.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And would all the Marleys would you get together with them? Would you have like family reunions?
Not reunion. We never have them type of thing.
Okay.
We just, a reunion is when we see each other. It's not like a.
Yeah, but
I don't
not a
think that's
planned.
No, it's not planned like that. No.
What is it like being, obviously you're from a place that a lot of people go for their family vacations. Like, were you aware like that you were growing up in a place that like people would come, like tourism was a part of it?
Yeah, I was aware. I think one of the times, one memory of mine is they used to have this reggae festival in Montego Bay, Jamaica. And my father was on it, going to perform. So we drove down with him. And I think when I really realized this tourist thing was when we went into this hotel and you had to give them the money and then you got little bananas. You got a little banana. That was their currency in the hotel.
Right.
And then it's kind of like, what's the... Like I saw the tourists them and the little bananas, and that always stick in my head. Oh, this is what Jamaica. Oh, it's these people and the little bananas.
Were you friends? Did you grow up with other kids from like the music community in Jamaica? Because obviously your dad was not the only person who came out of that. Very
we had
robust.
we grew up we had some kids that was like good in music in Jamaica. Like we were up with our peers, you know. And my father and my mother try help out the younger generation. So there's one kid named Junior Tucker, who was great. He used to sing this Earth, Wind and Fire song. And I remember doing a show. The first concert we did as a group, me and my brother and sisters, was a concert that my father was also building.
Oh, wow.
And Junior Tucker was on the concert. And I'm like, I always remember Junior Tucker. You know, it was our first time we did a one song. And my father playing. But Junior Tucker was a bigger star in Jamaica, kind of, than my father. Because when he did that, the people like scream, you know. So it was funny to me. I'm like, Junior Tucker like getting more screams than my father. My father's like Bob Marley. You know, it was kind of funny. And he was a kid, you know.
Yeah. You are not doing it justice. I'll tell you that much. Do not cover that song.
All right.
Are your kids musically inclined?
Yeah, but not not like it. I don't think they have to be. They want to be in the music. My son is in college. He's in Howard. He's a great drummer. He's doing jazz music and stuff. He's a great drummer, and they are actually when I think about it. They are in.
Was your dad and were your mom obviously were they sort of did they take your music education seriously? Was it a lot of hey kids gather around and listen to this, or did you just kind of learn it by being around it?
Learn it by being around it, and then I bought some books and started learning how to play guitar and stuff like that. We did some piano lessons. My mother sent us to this lady. It was very, you don't like that stuff when you look at it, because it kind of they're miserable. I don't know, they're kind of miserable.
They have a bad reputation, piano teachers. Did you have a nice piano teacher?
No. I think maybe she was nice, but I don't know. No.
Tell us about her. What do you remember about your piano teacher?
Just grumpy, just grumpy.
Well, I mean,
was she disappointed that you hadn't done the homework?
Grumpy and very strict. It's too, and then you come home, you want to go relax after school, you got to go see the piano lady up the street. You got to walk up the street to see her, and
I guess, imagine you're a piano teacher because you love piano, you've learned how to play piano, and then you have to spend your day with kids who, one, don't want to be there, and two, are bad at piano. I'd be grumpy too.
Yeah. But when I look back, because I grew up with my grand aunt, and I thought she was grumpy. But when I look back, she was great. When you're a kid, you think them grumpy. But when I look back, she was great.
No, I think that's true. I mean, again, now I realize, I'm just if my kids think I'm grumpy, it's that's because you're around.
Yeah.
You're just making me grumpy. I'm a good chill guy. You should see me when you guys aren't asking me questions.
Hidden camera.
What else? Do you remember? Did you ever go on vacation to anywhere in the States other than Delaware? Did you ever go, to New York or anything?
Oh, we used to. When we used to live in Delaware, we used to take the train to New York to visit my grandfather, my mother's father, he was a saxophone player. He used to live in New York, and I remember. The only thing I remember about that is he lived right near where the trains run, above the ground trains.
Yeah.
I just always remember the noise of the train, living, spending time with him. It's just I just remember the trains being there.
As a kid, did you think this is cool that the trains you can hear them, or did you know that was?
No. I thought it was crazy. I thought it was kind of crazy, and the trains, and they live, it's kind of crazy now.
Oh, yeah. It's crazy, those people that grew up in New York and can't sleep without a lot of, street noise or whatever. If they get to a quiet place, they're very unsettled. But if you go the opposite way, it just, it can be very jarring.
And then did your mother grow up in Jamaica?
Yeah, my mother born in Cuba, grew up in Jamaica. Yeah, she
Okay.
was a singer. She's a singer too, but she do some nursing and stuff, you know.
Did you ever go to Cuba to visit family of hers, or had they all left?
No, I think them leave. Yeah, yeah. I
Have
didn't
you
know
ever
she was
been to
born in
Cuba?
until later. No, I've never been to Cuba. I want to
Yeah.
go though.
I would love to go to Cuba. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cuba. Yeah, but I like
Where
it.
is your mother still around? Yes.
Yeah, my mother's still around. Yeah,
That's great. Where is she now?
she in Miami with my sister and my brother.
that's
Like a
great.
lot of my family kind of settled in Miami for a little bit now.
That's great. Is she a fun grandmother? Do you think your kids would say she's fun or grumpy?
No, she cool.
Yeah, I would hope so.
Been cool. Yeah, no, she really cool. Yeah, she. I don't know, I feel like I have a lot of her demeanor with me. Like, you know, she's a loving woman and charity, and she has an aura about her, you know? Yeah, she really cool, yeah.
Hey, we're going to take a quick break and hear from some of our sponsors. Support comes from First Leaf. You know, guys, I like a good glass of wine at the end of the day, but I never really know what to buy. I don't know, there's something about wine knowledge that has eluded me, or I don't have time for it, but I do know how to say what I like. I like a crisp white wine. I like a full-bodied red. And usually I just kind of like grab something in a store and I hope for the best. But then I found First Leaf, and honestly, it just makes the whole thing so easy because they match wines to your taste and they send them right to your door. First Leaf delivers premium wines straight to my door every month. I answered a quick quiz about my preferences, and now they send me personalized selections I'm guaranteed to love. No more guesswork, no more settling. So if you want better wine that actually fits your taste without the hassle of hunting for it, First Leaf makes it incredibly simple. Here's what really makes it click. Every box comes with easy-to-follow tasting notes and pairing suggestions right in the box. So whether I'm making pasta on a Tuesday or putting together a cheese board for friends, I always know exactly what to pour. It's like having a cheat sheet that actually makes me look like I know what I'm doing, which, trust me, I do not. First Leaf works directly with wineries, which means I get access to award-winning bottles, including wines you can't always find at your local store at prices well below retail. Better wine for less money is kind of a no-brainer. I control my delivery schedule completely. If I need wine by Friday, I can adjust timing. If I'm going on vacation, I can skip a shipment. It fits my life perfectly. And if a bottle doesn't hit the mark, First Leaf has a 100% satisfaction guarantee. They'll make it right, and you definitely don't get that by buying wine at the store. Stop settling for wines that don't quite hit the mark. Head to tryfirstleaf.com/trips to sign up, and you'll get 50% off your first box, plus free shipping for an entire year. That's tryfirstleaf.com/trips. tryfirstleaf.com/trips.
Here we go.
When did your sort of charitable work appear to you as something that was important in your life? Like, how old were you?
Let me see. So, when I was leaving high school, well, I mean, we always used to go back to where we came from. My father always, even when we left out of Trenchtown and those areas, cause I went through, you know, we poor, lower middle class, upper middle class, and now, like, say rich, you know, you have little material richness. But we would always go back, and so I think, and I would always see them helping people, you know, giving people money, you know. Some guy come needs help, whatever, you know. So that was an example that was set by my parents, and that's how we grew up. So when I was a teenager, when I could have my own money, I started doing some of the same things like that, helping people. You know, do like food programs for people who don't have food, or build bathrooms in community that don't have bathrooms. A lot of work, and helping individuals out too. Cause that's a big part of it, you know, in Jamaica, like just helping people. And so yeah, that's how that came about. So yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
You have a new album as well. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. You have a new album.
I couldn't listen to it yet because it's not. I mean, again, shame on me, but like it's out on vinyl, digital in a couple of days.
Digital, yeah.
May
Is
1st.
it
May 1st.
is it cool to still see a vinyl album like that you made
Yeah, no, yeah, it is cool. It's one of the coolest things. Like for just,
to hold
yeah,
it?
it is cool. Maybe it's because I'm nostalgic about it, or I know, I've lived in that world. It's like I lived in that world and I live in this digital world, so I know the difference. Some kids grew up, they just started in the digital world. They have no idea of that world, so they know have no reference to say, oh, that shit is much better than this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but no, so the new album is really cool for me because I did some things differently. One of the biggest things I did was I changed the frequency that we're tuned to, that the instruments are tuned to. So the standard tuning in everything that you listen to nowadays is what we call 440 hertz. Now I decided I want to be different. I don't want to be like everybody else. I'm going to tune in 432 hertz, which is a thing I've been exploring for years, musically, like, hey, what's different, what's up? And this 432 hertz, what is said about it is that it resonates at the frequency closest to how the human resonate, how we as human beings resonate. And it's used in meditation, it can be used for healing. So I tried it out, I like it, I like how it feels. And I just decided that this record is going to be in 432 hertz.
When you tell, like, I'm assuming you work with producers you've worked with before, but like, how is it greeted when you let people know we're going to be doing it a different way like this?
So let me tell you, I'll tell you exactly how it So I walked in, right? The band was in there, and I walked in and said, everybody, we're going to tune the 432. And it was first like, they never understand what I'm talking about. And then when they did understand, they were like, oh no, my tuner doesn't do that. My keyboard. And I was like, let's get the tuners that do that. Let's get the keyboards that do that. And then on this record, since we're doing like, trying to use real instruments, like a B3 organ, for example, we were like, oh, we're going to tune a B3 organ to 432. That's impossible. Like, and then some guy came in and he was like, oh, I can do it. And he was like, all we have to do is change. All we have to do is change the voltage, And it worked. Him change the voltage. Like, it's a whole, like, mad scientist. We went through some whole heap of things to, like, get everything to 432 hertz.
Was your band, like, enthusiastic about this, or were they rolling their eyes?
Yeah, I think they never really understand what it was or why.
Like when a guy said, I can fix the organ, were they like, oh, dude.
Yeah, no, we were like, because we didn't know, because the organ is it's first thing, it's an old technology. And, but this guy he knew about it. So, yeah. No, the band, them never know, but I think, we did it live before I went in the show. We've been doing it live, and I think there's really a different vibe to it for us.
That's very cool.
Yeah, I mean we're sensitive to it because we've been playing music and frequencies, so we're sensitive. But I feel like frequencies matter, and I think with how the world stays right now, and music is a very powerful tool. I think if I was saying this, like I said this, like if the music world decides that, yo, let's change the frequency, maybe it can affect the population just like it does now in 440, but in a more in a more communicative frequency that brings harmony. It might have something to do with it, So
that's a good idea. We should all consider changing the frequency.
We should all do that. We should all do that.
And we'll have to get the number of your organ guy so we can share it around.
I know. My friend Ziggy knows an organ guy.
Yeah. I know a guy.
What about vacations that you've taken with your wife and your kids? Do you ever go somewhere to just get away from it all?
Yeah, my wife insists.
Yeah, all right.
That's good.
Well, good for her.
She insists, vacation. I'm like, vacation? Vacation for me is not really vacation. It's like, I got to do a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
On vacation.
So you're not a sit on the beach guy.
Yeah, I am a sitting on the beach guy.
Okay, all right.
But I'm not a going out to the breakfast spot and the next.
Oh,
and
I
the-
see. Yes,
Correct.
you want to do. Yeah,
Yeah, I just want to do nothing. I just want to
Right.
do nothing.
yeah.
Well, that's what
But
vacation
we
is.
we love Hawaii. We just came back from Hawaii. We love Hawaii. I like going to Hawaii. Hawaii is like, I think, it's the one place I can like relax
Yeah,
a little bit.
it's beautiful.
Do your kids get along?
Yeah, man, my kids them get along, yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, I mean, the little one, a little annoying to the older one, but yeah, they
That's
get
it.
along.
That's a role. You got to
Yeah.
play that role too.
Yeah, I do that for Seth.
Yeah.
Still, yeah.
Still, 100% still. What was the first time you brought your kids out of the country? Do you remember?
Yeah, I think the first time I took them to Jamaica. Yeah.
And did they love it?
Yeah, man, I'm like Jamaica, man. And, like, we stop, we get them, cause Jamaica now, we get them, stop, we drink coconut water. That's at first. They never drank a coconut water out of a real coconut before.
Yeah.
So those kind of little experiences is so unique for them, you know, cause, you know, like, it's funny, in America here, them eat, you know, they eat chicken, but they never really seen a chicken.
It's true.
They go to Jamaica, they see chickens running around, you know.
Yeah, you can
They're
make
like,
that connection
"Oh."
much easier.
Oh, it's that. I'm eating that.
Yeah, that's a chicken. That's what chickens look like
That's
in
great.
real life, you know.
It is so great talking to you. What a delight to meet you and
Yeah, man.
speak to you. Congrats on the album. But we also have a speed round questions for you that Josh is going to ask.
All right, here we go.
Hold on, what's the speed run? What am I supposed to answer fast or?
Well,
No,
yeah,
we're
I mean-
going to ask fast. You take your time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But it goes like this. You can only pick one of these. Is your ideal vacation relaxing, adventurous, or educational?
Relaxing.
Yeah, I thought.
Yeah, that was our
Yeah.
bounce on you.
What is your favorite means of transportation?
Favorite means of transportation? What is my favorite means of transportation? I like airplanes.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I like airplanes. I like flying.
If you could take a vacation with any family, alive or dead, real or fictional, other than your own family, what family would you like to take a vacation with?
Good question. I don't know. The first thing come to my mind. I don't know. Yeshua.
Okay.
Great.
Yeah, that's the first thing come to my mind.
First time, you're the first one to give that answer.
If you had to be stranded on a desert island with one member of your family, who would it be?
My brother Stephen, my younger, we grew up together. Yeah.
Okay.
How many? What's the year gap with you and Steven?
Oh, 4?
Okay, great.
4 years. Yeah.
Good.
What is your dream destination for a family vacation?
Africa. I haven't taken the kids to Africa yet. I want them to Africa.
If you took them to Africa, how many days do you think? Would it be like a 3-weeker, 2-weeker?
Maybe I was gonna say 1 week, but I'd say 2 weeks. I'd say 2 weeks. The most. Like I can't. Yeah. When after a while, vacation get too long. It's like.
Yeah. You just felt bad. You were ashamed because the white guys were like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. You're like, yeah. That's what I was gonna say.
You are from Kingston, Jamaica. If you had to get more families to come visit Kingston, what would you tell them about that city?
Kingston is a real experience. It's real people. You know, you're gonna feel like a real person because we treat everyone the same. There's no hierarchy. You're not so I feel like that is a real place with the real people, and you can just feel like you're a part of the community, basically. You know, you will really be. People come to Jamaica, they go down into the trench town, and the worst part. You know, sometimes I go down there and I see some people from like Norway. Like, why are you living in trench town? You know, but it's like they welcome people, you know. So we're welcoming, you know. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. And Seth has our final questions.
Ziggy, have you been to the Grand Canyon?
No.
Do you want to go?
Yeah, but I'm not in a rush.
Yeah. Man after
Take your
my
time.
own heart.
It's been there for ages, and
after
it's not going
my
anywhere.
own heart. Yeah, it's not going anywhere.
I
We don't
really
have to
do want to
race.
see it, but I'm not like, oh, I gotta go see it. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I love everything about that answer.
Well, you're also going to be busy this summer. You've got 20 tour dates, really between like June 19th and July 22nd. You're doing 20 shows. That's going to be some work.
Do you love the road? Do you love being on the road for music?
Yeah, I like playing music. I love being on the road. I mean, after a while, it's when you come back after off of the road, then you feel like what happened on the road. Is it like it's an after effect, you know? But I do like being on the road. I like playing music for people, and I feel like, you know, I feel purposeful because like the words that I'm singing, and I feel like people listening more now too than before. The words I'm singing have meaning, you know. So I feel like I'm not just there like an entertainer, like going out there. I feel like there's a real purpose behind what I'm doing. So it helps me to keep going on that, you know.
That's fantastic. Well, congrats on the new album. Can't wait for the tour.
Yeah,
thank
man.
you so much, Ziggy.
All right, man. Good for talk to you guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, love. Yeah, thank you.
Bye
thank
now.
you. Bye.
Family trips with the Meyers brothers.